This is the most poorly handled crime in the history of America. Molly Bish was a 16-year-old lifeguard from Warren, Massachusetts. So on June 27th, 2000, Molly was dropped off at Commons Pond in Warren. She was scheduled to have a shift there as a lifeguard. Well, Molly never made it to her post. They found that her bag, first aid kit were left at her post, but she was never seen there at all. The media just eats this case up. It becomes the largest and most expensive search and rescue in the history of Massachusetts. There was no crime scene preservation at all for this case because they thought that she had just gone missing, which actually really angered her family once we get later into the story, because they feel the police department just completely tunnel vision. They eventually end up finding a piece of a blue swimsuit in the woods about 3 miles away. Nothing would end up coming from it until 3 years later. Molly's remains were found over 5 miles away from where she was last spotted, and due to the advanced stage of decomposition, they weren't able to find a cause of death. Pretty much everyone determined that this was a murder. So her mom ended up telling the police that the day before all of this happened, she noticed a white car just circling around the area where Molly worked. Came up with this guy named Rodney Stanger, and when they released the sketch, it looked exactly like him. When this was released to the media, everyone was searching for an answer and just dogpiled on this guy. He ended up attempting to take his own life because of all of the pressure that was put on him. There was another guy named Gerald Battistoni, and he was convicted of SA. He was located really close to this area. He ended up dying 10 years later with no connection. The last possible lead was this guy named Frank Sumner Jr. He was also convicted of SA, but this time they tested his DNA and it was not a match. But that's it. There's no more leads. There's no more information. The family still to this day is searching for answers on what happened to her, and they've been very outspoken about the poor job that they believe that the police did.